Today I'm going to make a new chicken of the woods recipe. So I came out, and chicken of the woods mushroom is absolutely everywhere, but I wanted to find it super fresh, figuring that will be the best for the recipe. And here's a nice pretty specimen. I'm just gonna cut off some of the outer leaves so I can bring it home and make my new recipe with it. So I am really excited. I'm gonna make chicken of the woods mac and cheese, taking a classic and making it a little bit healthier, even though I don't know how healthy it'll be, but it will have chicken of the woods in here, and I was lucky because there's so much I could find really young stuff that was super clean. So I basically have cleaned this all up, and I'm gonna cut it into little strips and get going on this. To strips I need about 3 cups worth, so I'm gonna see this about right, and I'll get it into that was a really good guess. I got exactly 3 cups worth, which is what I need. So I'm going to start this cooking with a couple tablespoons of butter. And at the same time, while the chicken of the woods is cooking, I am going to get about 10 ounces of pasta cooked up. I cook these till they get kind of crispy, which takes a little bit of time, about 15 minutes. These are done, really crispy, as you can see, you can hear. And I'm just going to turn them off and go on to the next part. I'm ready to make the best part, the cheesy part. So into the little saucepan, 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to melt that up and then add 1 tablespoon of flour. Butter is melted, and now I'm adding 1 tablespoon of flour. I use whole wheat, I'm trying to be a little healthy, and I'm going to let that thicken up. Butter and the flour has been simmering for about a minute, and now I'm going to add the milk, just like a little bit at a time, letting it kind of get in there. And I'm adding 2 cups of milk to this. 2 cups of milk, and I'm going to let this simmer for about 2 to 3 minutes. Now I'm going to add a half a cup of Parmesan cheese. Kind of let that all mix together and melt. Give that a minute. Cheese is melted, and now I'm going to pour this mixture over my cooked pasta. Kind of mix it all together. So I thought my cheese was melted, but yeah, it's pretty melted. I have 1 cup of just frozen peas, and I'm going to stir these also into this pasta mixture. Get that all mixed together, and then I'm going to start layering. I have 2 cups of cheddar cheese, and I'm going to do layers of the pasta mixture, the chicken of the woods, and the cheddar cheese until I fill up my casserole dish here. A layer of the chicken of the woods, and now I'm going to do a layer of the cheddar cheese. I'm used to macaroni and cheese with good old Velveeta, so cheddar cheese and Parmesan is going to be different for me, so I'm curious how this is going to taste. But I'm just going to finish up with another layer of pasta, chicken of the woods, and cheddar cheese, and then go on to the final steps. 1 egg here, I'm beating it up, and then I'm going to add a half a cup of half and half. Definitely not low-cal, this deal. Mix that up, and then I'm just going to pour that over my layered mixture over here. Now I'm going to top it with the last half a cup of the Parmesan cheese. This is a big bucket of cheese. I don't even know if we'll know a mushroom is in here when I'm done with it, but the last half a cup of that cheese. And then I'm going to sprinkle the top with a thin layer of breadcrumbs, ready to go in the oven. I'm just going to put a little tin foil on top of it. It's going in at 375 for about 20 minutes, and then I'll take the tin foil off and let it cook another 15 minutes. It's done. It smells really good. Now I'm going to give it a try. It's really delicious. I can't even taste the chicken of the woods. It just tastes like macaroni and cheese, but really good with the different cheeses. Yum.